Hi, it's Emily Bachma, and today I'm making a chocolate cake. So let's get started. So first, you will need 2 cups of sugar, but since I only have a half a cup, you would do 2 cups divided by 1.5 cup, and you would do 2/1 times 2/1, that would equal 4. So you would take 4 half cups of sugar. Then you need 1 3/4 cup of flour, and what you would do is you would take your flour, and since I have a half a cup, you would do 1 3/4, and you would make that into an improper fraction. So first you would do 4 times 1 would equal 4, and then you would plus 3, that equals 7/4, and then you have to take your 1/2 cup and you would change it to 2/1, because whenever you multiply your second number, you always have to flip it. So you would do 3 1/2 cups of flour. 3 halves, I meant. Then you need 3/4 of your Hershey cocoa, because today we are making a Hershey cocoa chocolate cake. So you would take your 3/4 divided by 1/2. When you divide 3/4 divided by 1/2, you would flip the second number to 2/1, so that would give you 6/4. And since 4 goes into 6 one time, and you do 4 minus 6, you get 2, so it would be 1 1/2. Then you need 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. Yes, and since you need 1 1/2, you need to use a teaspoon this time. That's a half. So you would do 2, because 1 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 1. And then another half would equal 1 1/2. Then you need to do the same thing with your baking soda. You need 1 1/2, and since 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 whole, and then a half is 1 1/2, that's how you would do it. Now you need 1 teaspoon of salt. So you would do 2 teaspoons because 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 whole. Then you need 2 eggs. Then you need 1 cup of milk. And since I don't have a cup, you have to do 2 of your 1/2s. And with my liquid cup, it shows 1.5 cup, but then it all goes up to 1 cup. So I will be taking 2 of my halves. Cups. One cup. Pour it in. Then you need 1/2 cup. You need a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. So you would just take your 1/2 cup. You would take your liquid 1/2 cup and you would fill it up this time to your 1/2 cup instead of a whole. Then you need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And since you only have a 1/2 teaspoon, you will be doing 4 of your teaspoons, of your 1/2 teaspoons. Oh, I also forgot to say, before you're mixing, grease your pan so it doesn't stick to it. And preheat your oven to 350. Then you need 1 cup. You mix it up first with a spatula, not a beater this time yet. So when you think you need the beater, like I think I need now, I'm going to turn on the beater and mix it up until it looks like it's mixed enough. And put it on a low speed because with the cocoa, it will go everywhere. You're going to do this for 2 minutes. Then you're going to take your spatula and go around the edges so all the extra that's on the sides will not get clogged up. and you will have a good, delicious cocoa cake when you're all done with it. So you would set a timer for this for 2 minutes, and when it looks like a normal cake and it's been 2 minutes, then you stop mixing, and then you need to add 1 cup of boiling water. And since we only have half a cup, you would do 2 of these, because you would take your liquid one and you would do a whole, because a half plus a half equals a whole.
Bend down and look.
Now you're going to take your spatula, the spoon, and mix it together. It smells like cocoa when you make it. May not look delicious right now, but when you finish it will look good. And make sure you get the outsides too, and stir it good so you get all the sugar that's on the bottom. And it will look liquid, but that's what it's supposed to do, because the boiling water does that. Once you're done mixing it, you're going to take 2 9-inch round tin plates, and now you're just going to fill it up. You're going to try to divide it evenly. Then when you're done with all your mixture, you will take both of them and you will place it in the oven that's already should be set to 350. Okay, then you close the oven. And then you leave it in there for 30 to 35 minutes. Thank you for watching, and when the cake is done, I'm going to put blue icing with rainbow sprinkles on it, and I will show you that when I come back.